Hey everyone, welcome back to Royal Roots. So I have one chicken, one hen that just keeps getting out of the pen. So today I'm going to teach y'all how to clip some flight wings. Holding them upside down will calm them down so that you can catch them and control them. Make sure you hold them by their legs, not their feet, because you can hurt them, but by their legs. You want to get them in a position to where you're controlling their body, but not hurting them. Not do that. So I usually tuck the head under my armpit like that, and I still hold the legs like this. Now I wish I had some help, but basically what I'm doing is these feathers right here, these feathers are their flight feathers. It allows them to get up very high. Now I have a cover over my coop, but somehow this particular one just keeps on getting through that cover. So I'm gonna stop her from being able to get up very high by doing this. I'm only gonna do one because it's muddy and I'm not about to wrestle down all these chickens in the mud. But you wanna spread out, and I have her head right here, so she can't really go anywhere. She's trying to. But I'm gonna spread out her wings like this. And you only want to cut these wings, these feathers. You don't want to cut anything more because you don't want to hurt them. This is not going to hurt them. And I mean, I ain't doing a very pretty job, but it's not meant to be pretty. Once she closes her wings back, you won't even tell. So I did that side. I'm gonna turn around and do this side. You see? These wings right here. You wanna come help me? Come on. Are you coming or no? I'm gonna just see if I can get her. She's gonna probably act really weird. I just need you to cut them. Come on. You're not gonna hurt them. So get the scissors, and you're just gonna cut right across here. Because it's easier. Or you can hold her wing out for me and I'll cut it. But it needs to be, hold on, wait. Let them spread out. And you're only gonna cut, wait. Cut above right here. Right here. Just go across, yep. It's like an exoskeleton or something. Yep. And as you can see, you can't even see, well, you can see right there, but you can't even see. So she's not going to be able to get up high anymore. And she's fine. I'm going to let you go back in there. And off she goes. And all the other people's like, I'm not trying to get out. You can't even tell.
They asked her questions like, what happened in there?
Okay? She fluffed herself up. I don't know if you saw that over there in the corner, but she fluffed herself up and walked off. So now I'm going to feed them. So this is my little area where I keep my feed and some garden stuff. I will put a link in the description for this storage. It's just a food storage. I use this out here for my chicken feed. So my chickens get, right now, an all flock feed because they're not all laying. Once they are all laying, I will give them a layered feed, layer pellets. And this is just an old container. And it's the perfect size, so I fill this up all the way. And it goes into my little chicken feeder in the coop. I'm not going to take you in the coop today because it's so muddy. I'm scared I'm going to drop the light and the camera while I'm trying to fill it up. So like I said, I'm not going to take you inside the coop because it's really, really muddy in there. But I will let you see from the outside of the coop. That is the feeder that I'm going to put the chicken food in.
So I just want to make note that normally I would have straw lining the ground that would help with some of the mud. I actually have not had a chance to come out here and put the straw down. I will be doing that shortly though, because I definitely have the ground lined on the inside and the outside with straw during the wintertime. It helps to keep the coop and the run slightly insulated so that the chickens have a little bit of warmth.
So while they are distracted, I'm going to go ahead and fill up their water too. And I collected the eggs. Now I want to show y'all something because a lot of people wonder why I say I wash my eggs. When you don't have to wash your eggs, they are perfectly fine when they come out of the chicken, especially since you're going to cook them. And they will sit on the counter for up to, so I personally don't let mine sit on the counter more than 2 weeks. Some people do more than 2 weeks, like a month or more. I don't. It's kind of one of those things that's got to be your preference. But I'll let mine sit on the counter for 2 weeks, and then I'll wash them and put them in the fridge sometimes. But that's only if it hasn't rained and it's not muddy. And what I mean by muddy is these are eggs that came from my chickens. And as you can see, people always say, oh, they pooped on them. This isn't, now I have had some that had poop on them. This is mud. You can tell by how it kind of dries up, but it's mud. And it rained, we just had the hurricane that didn't come here, but when they have a hurricane on the coast, we get a lot of rain and it's very, very muddy, and they're stepping in the mud. So when they get up into the boxes to lay eggs, they're stepping on the eggs and it gets all muddy. So this, I will just take a wet cloth. Well, I actually put them in water. I'll put them in some cool water so that the mud can kind of soften up. And then I'll take a wet cloth and just rub them until the mud is off of them. You don't want to use soap, and you don't want to wash them and then put them back on the counter, because they have a coating on them when they come out of the chicken that protects them. And if you wash that off, you have to put them in the refrigerator. That is why store-bought eggs are refrigerated, because they have been cleaned. Farm fresh eggs you can leave out. So I got 6 today. One of them cracked, so I'm not going to use them, so I'll just get these 5. So this is a 5-gallon water thing that I use for my chickens. I'm going to clean it real quick and then fill it back up because it's about right here. It lasts about 2 days in the summertime. In the wintertime, it lasts longer because they're not as hot. I have a cinder block in the coop that I put it on because you want to lift it up off the ground so that mud and chicken poop and straw, when you have straw in there, doesn't get all in there. You want to lift it up off the ground, just like I did with my baby chickens in the garage and the little baby gate. So right here is the hole that the water comes out. There's a cap that is on, and I'm going to put this in the description as well. There's a cap that I use. I put it right here when this part is open so that I don't lose it. I take it off of here and put it right here when I need to close it, because you want to fill the water up closed. This top has a vacuum seal. So that when I fill this water up, once I seal the top, and then I put it in there and I take this part off and put it right here so you don't lose it, then the water will only come out as needed. Versus if this wasn't sealed properly, the water would continuously flow out and you would have to keep filling up your water bottle because it's just wasting water at that point. So always keep track of this top, and always make sure you seal the this top and always make sure that you seal the top very good. So now it's sealed. I'm going to take it back and I'm going to sit it on top of the cinder block, and then I'll remove this top and all the water will flow out into the here, and it'll only come up to about halfway, and they will drink the water out, and as this goes down, the water will continue to come out. Since it's getting cooler, this might last more than just 2 days now. It probably lasts 3 or 4, and then as it gets really cold, it'll last even longer. And that's pretty much it for like the regular care for the chickens. I usually feed them and water, make sure they have water. Me and my daughter switch off every few days. And when they start escaping, even though I built this on purpose so that I didn't have to clip wings anymore, because I used to have to clip all their wings, and that is chasing down chickens. I had a net that I would use to chase them down, and now one of my fat ones broke it, so now I have to chase them and try to stop them, which is a lot harder than you think, chasing a chicken. I want you to try and come back and let me know how that goes. But for right now, I'm going to get to the garden before my next client and finish trying to plant the rest of the fall garden. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign off here. Until next time.